Hi guys, today I will be showing you a video deck tech of the Heartless Lich deck that's been floating around for a little bit that has currently been doing pretty well for me in my Friday night magics. Last Friday night I went with my current build you see here without a sideboard and went 3-1. Not terrible, could have done better. Probably would have did a lot better if I had a sideboard, but you know what, 3-1 is still pretty damn good without a sideboard. So let's get right off to it and I will show you my Heartless Lich deck. Right now the star of the deck is the Havengul Lich. Now for people who haven't seen the Heartless Lich deck or know exactly what a Heartless Lich deck is it uses the Havengul Lich here. He is a 5 casting 4/4 and he's a mythic rare. What he does is he, for 1 colorless, you see there, you can target a creature in a graveyard. Until the end of turn you can cast it, but still having to pay its mana cost, of course. Now this definitely deserves the mythic rare ability. And it says in the text from a graveyard. That means from any graveyard. Your opponent's, your graveyard. Certainly not the game beside you, because that would probably get a judge called on you, but that would be cool if you could. Right now the main combo of the deck is to either get the Havengul Lich out with the Heartless Summoning, and either shock them to death with, right here, Perilous Myr, or you can control them out with Black Cat, which is my newest addition to the deck at about 20 minutes before FNM last Friday. And what it basically is, it's a blue-black control, as you'll see by the lands here in a little bit. Using Snapcasters and, control lots of digging, killing, point removal. It's just a fantastic deck. Never really caught on for some reason, but just for the thought of, it's too slow, there's no way to get it going fast enough to be competitive. But I said nay, and I made it be. So without further ado, let's get this going. So we've already seen Havengul Lich and what its capability is. I run 4 in the deck, obviously, because without him you can't really win. You can win. I have done it. I did it play testing for a little while. It wasn't the best strategy, but hey, it's still a win. I run 3 Snapcasters. Snapcaster Mage is great. Standard, hella broken. Legacy, hella broken. Modern, soon to be banned, probably. He's just great with this deck. You can cast him from a graveyard at instant speed because he has flash. And targeting, so you can flash back something from your graveyard at instant speed. And because he himself does not have flashback, he does not get exiled after you cast him. So you can cast him as many times as you want. Next in the deck is Perilous Myr. Now for those of you who probably don't know what Perilous Myr does, surprisingly, Perilous Myr is a 2 casting 1/1 that whenever he dies, he deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Now he is quintessentially a shock with legs. For everyone who knows, shock is 2 damage for 1 red. He is colorless, so he can be played in any deck. And I will show you the combo with him here in a little bit. Next I run 3 Solemn Simulacrums, or Sad Robot as we call him here. They're 4 colorless for a 2/2. You go out, when you play him, you can fetch a land, a basic land, and put it into play tapped. And when he dies, you get to draw a card. He's pretty good. The newest addition to the deck, probably, like I said a little bit ago, 20 minutes before FNM actually, I put 2 Black Cats in. That's correct, 2 Black Cats. Black Cat is a 1 and a black for a 1/1, and when it dies, target player discards a card at random. He is probably the best discard with legs right now in Standard, to me, just because he's almost a Hymn to Turok. I mean, he's just great with this deck, and I'll show you again in a little bit why. Paired up, obviously, if you're playing Rune-Scarred Demon, you should probably play Phantasmal Image to make it a double Rune-Scarred Demon. Rune-Scarred Demon is a demonic tutor with legs, He is a 6/6 for, I believe it is 7, yes 7, with flying, and he's Demonic Tutors. He'll go out and fetch any card you want out of your deck and put it in your hand. Now, the main combo I do with him is I will Demonic Tutor with Rune-Scarred into a Phantasmal Image. And then I will, it lets me get another Rune-Scarred Demon, so 2 6/6 flyers for 7/9 mana, which with Heartless Summoning, it's only 6 mana, I believe. Yeah, 6 mana. And that, after 2 5/5 flyers in the air, 6/6 flyers, sorry, you will have the card out of the deck you need, which will pretty much quintessentially win the game for you in a clutch moment, which it has for me. Next is, you guessed it, Heartless Summoning. Heartless Summoning is a great enchantment. For 1 and a black, creature spells you cast cost 2 colorless less. And creatures you control get -1/-1. Not a terrible stipulation, but pretty good. Totally worth it. The 2 colorless less helps so much. It gives you a turn 3 Havengul Lich, which you immediately play after this. You can, I don't always, because it's not recommended that you always do it. It gives you a 1 blue Snapcaster, a free, I will say it again, free Perilous Myr. You pay nothing. And as soon as it comes in, it shocks something. It's a shock, a free shock. It is a 2 casting Solemn Simulacrum, a 1 black costing black cat, but when it dies, you know, they discard a card at random. That's crazy. You will have a 5 casting Rune-Scarred Demon. 5 for a 5/5 flying that Demonic Tutors, really good. And a 1 blue Phantasmal Image. Now that is all to be said and done after you resolve a Heartless Summoning. Heartless Summoning is just so good in this deck. It's the main combo of this deck. Next is the counter package. I have my control package being 4 mana leaks and 1 negate. My negate for a little while was a dissipate, but I took it out because dissipate runs your mana too fast. When this deck, you need to kill them as fast as possible. So, you know, having the mana open, that 1 extra mana can be the difference between a shock or, you know, a ponder or just playing something else. Next is, you guessed it, ponder. I run 4 ponders in this deck because you need to be able to find the answers. You need to be able to find the cards you need to get this combo going. You need to just dig, dig, dig. And there is not a whole lot better cards right now in Standard for digging than Forbidden Alchemy. I run 3 Forbidden Alchemies. Forbidden Alchemy lets you look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 1 in your hand, and throw the rest of them into the graveyard. Obviously, putting the rest of the cards in your graveyard is good, because you'll be throwing, you know, Snapcasters, Sad Robots, Cats, Images, Demons, that you can all bring back with the Lich. The Lich recasts things from your graveyard. Next is my point control package. I run 2 Go for the Throats, 2 Doomblades, and 2 Vapor Snags. These cards, you know, it's kind of generic at the moment. The sideboard right now is looking like I'll run 2 more of each of these 2, just for, you know, if there's, they're artifact heavy, get rid of these and get these. If they're more black heavy, get rid of these and get these. These will probably always stay in. Maybe I'll sideboard them out to get another one of the sideboard cards. Who knows? Now for the lands. I run 5 islands. I was running 7 for a little while, and I'll show you why in a sec. But I swapped it out to 5. Oh, sorry. 5 islands because most of your deck is blue. I think I ran the numbers. It's like a little, like 68% of it is blue. So I'm running 5 islands and 4 swamps. 4 swamps is pretty good. I think I still might run 1 less, just because, you know, there isn't a whole lot of black in the deck. You know, there's some that go for the Throats, the Doomblades, the Black Cat, and the Lich is black. But then again, I'm running 4 Drowned Catacombs, which is both blue and black, to help control the colors. Color correcting is key in this deck. I do run 4 Darkslick Shores. As you can see, I only have 2 The other two are being lent out at the second because I am currently not playing with them. My friend wanted to borrow them for the night, and I said go for it. So remember, if you're watching this, 4, not 2, 4. 4 of these. 1 Buried Ruin. The Buried Ruin is pretty good. You know, just in case, I had one guy in testing try to surgical extract the stuff out of my graveyard. And I'm not really sure on the ruling or if I did it right, but he targeted my Perilous Myrs, and I cracked this to get one back, the one he targeted, so the spell would just fizzle. I'm not really sure if that's the ruling on it, but you know, it's still cool sometimes if you need to get that creature back, like Sad Robot, if you're running a little mana dry. And then some more color correcting. I run 2 Evolving Wilds. I run one of each. The color correcting in this deck is pretty significant. If you can't get the colors you need to run the deck, then you're probably not going to do very well pretty late in the game if it comes to it. So basically, this deck has the main win condition is you'll play Heartless Summoning, which will make your creatures cost 2 less. The next turn you will probably play, in a perfect world, you'll play the Havengul Lich for 3, because he is 3, a blue and a black, so now he only costs 1, a blue and a black. So by that time you will have 3 mana on the field at least. The next turn, hopefully you hit your land drop, and you have a Perilous Myr in the graveyard. Say, you can use the Lich's ability to target your Myr and cast him for free. So you'll cast him from your graveyard for free. Because your creatures get -1/-1, he is a 1/1, he will die. But on his way out, he will deal 2 damage to a creature or player. So for 1 mana, you just did 2 damage. And because you should have at least 3, that's 6 damage to a creature, player, planeswalker, turn 4. That's pretty good. And if you're able to and if they're playing more aggro, you can get, you know, Sad Robot up there, Solemn Simulacrum, to recast and get another land drop. Another main thing you do with this deck that's probably a little more expert, and it's a little harder for me to explain than to just do, but I really can't do with it right now because I would just need to have this situation set up. Snapcaster in this deck is just way overpowered. If he's in your graveyard, you can't make your opponent discard it. There's a couple ways your opponent can get rid of him, from like Nile Spellbombs and Extractions and a couple other graveyard hate cards, but once he's in your graveyard, he's pretty safe. Because you can cast him for 1 colorless and a blue because of Heartless Summoning from your graveyard, and you can target any one of these from your graveyard at instant speed. You are casting a creature from your graveyard at instant speed. Now, everything else you're casting is sorcery, because they're just it abides by normal rules because they are just creatures. You have to play them as sorceries by the rules. I don't know which context it is, but it's Snapcaster is the only one you can play at instant speed from your graveyard to possibly counter something during your turn. Ponder, end of turn, you know, Forbidden Alchemy for 4 instead of, or 4 or 5 instead of 7 for its flashback cost. Could flash it back for a go for the throat, flash it back for a bounce, just anything. This deck is just sometimes too overpowered. To talk about how I did an FNM without a sideboard, it was I went 3-1. I won against an Infect deck, a Naya aggro, and what was it? Oh, Mono White Humans. The only one I lost to was a green-black kind of Glissa Grave, which was, I know, sounds weird. That's another deck kind of floating around here, but I lost to it just game 2 to a bad hand, and he dropped 3 Strangleroot Geist just out of nowhere, and I just scooped. This deck is pretty solid, you know. The Black Cats are meant, obviously, to keep their hand at 0 so they can't do anything. The Perilous Myrs can be used to keep their creatures under control. You know, sure, you know, if Frights is running around so they can drop a turn 3 Elish. You know, it'll keep your Lich at a 1/1, which is still good. But, you know, you can kill that Elish with, you know, 4 Perilous Myrs, which isn't ridiculous for 4 mana. And, so yeah, the sideboard currently isn't complete. There is a problem with Artifact and Enchantment Hate, which I am probably going to solve with Sylvok Replica. Sylvok Replica. And I'm going to probably sideboard a couple green in. You know, I'll probably throw some Spell Skites in, because Spell Skites are just good. Maybe a Nile Spellbound for other Graveyard Hate. And maybe some Corrosive Gales, you know, just some average things. But for now, this is my Havengul Lich Heartless Summoning deck. If anyone wishes to build this or has comments on how to run things or wants to know more about the card, on how to use them more efficiently, let me know. Just leave a comment or send me a message on YouTube. Thanks again for watching. This is Havengul Lich and Heartless Summoning with Heartless Lich. Happy playing.